Welcome to Gattsy and Goosebumps. Sorry, I didn't do the thing at the start. Welcome to Gattsy and Goosebumps, the show in which I review every single Goosebumps book from R.L. Stine's original series. Today we're discussing Goosebumps number 32, The Barking Ghost. And I'm not talking about my ex-wife. And we're enjoying a Evan and Tate breathing space. 7 Young Blank, 2016. And boy, is it an alcohol. Not much you can say about Tim Jacobus' classic cover art. Offers a free terrifying tattoo, not included in my edition. So I can't comment how terrifying on it. I can't comment how terrifying the tattoo is. But tagline reads, "Bad dog. Really bad dog." I don't like that. They put really in italics and then capitalize bad. So which word am I supposed to emphasize? Bad dog. Really bad dog. And the blurb reads as follows. It's a doggone nightmare. I say that about my morning commute every day. Fuck me. Scared of his own shadow. That's what everyone says about Cooper Holmes. But when the Holmeses move into a new house deep in the woods, scary things really do start happening. Perhaps the problem is, no one believes a scaredy cat like Cooper. But then no one else hears the bone-chilling barking late at night, or ran into two evil-looking dogs who disappear into thin air. Simple enough plot. Cooper is moving to Maine from Massachusetts. And he's moving to this new house deep in the woods with his parents and his dick of an older brother, Mickey, who's always pranking him and scaring him. Because Cooper's this scared guy who has big ears. They mention that quite a lot. Off the bat, redrawing a lot of elements from previous books. House in the Woods is very similar to Werewolf of Fever Swamp. For a while, it's just sort of Cooper's own sort of reflections. He doesn't interact with a lot of people for a while, which was very reminiscent of the sort of slow, methodical pace of The Ghost Next Door. But I digress. He sees these dogs in the woods, these two angry black labs that keep disappearing whenever he looks at them twice, and one stage they're inside his house. But then they disappear. No one believes him, of course. He initially thinks it's his brother Mickey, but then it becomes too convincing for him to think it's Mickey. He meets this girl called Margaret Ferguson. It was this weird girl, and during the first conversation, she ends up by saying, like, dogs. And he's like, what? And she's like, what? And he's like, why'd you say dogs? She's like, I didn't say dogs. He's like, yeah, you did. You just said dogs. He's like, I don't know why I'd say that. Curious. Anyway, there's a subplot about Margaret and Cooper trying to get back at Mickey for all his mean pranks. Can never do it because Mickey's one step ahead. This is the bullying older brother trope of Goosebumps, not the annoying younger sibling trope of Goosebumps. But eventually these two dogs get hold of Margaret and Cooper, and they drag them out into the woods. And like, hey, I think they want to lead us somewhere. So they follow them to the woods, into this old shack in the middle of the woods. Again, reminiscent of Werewolf of Fever Swamp. What's in the shack, you ask? Let's find out. Don't move, instructed a dry whisper of a voice. Who are you? I managed to choke out. What do you want? Why did you dogs bring us here? Fergie demanded. That's murdered Ferguson's name, Fergie. We are not dogs, the voice growled. We are people. But I spluttered. Silence, the voice commanded. Silence while you're in the... This is capitalized. Changing room. The what? I cried. I cried that as well when I read this point. The red eyes fled. Centuries ago, my friend and I had an evil spell cast upon us. The voice continued, ignoring my question. The spell forced us to roam these woods as dogs. Ghost dogs. Too bad, I muttered. But what do you want for us for? The dog snickered. It sounded more like dry coughing than laughter. You are in the changing room, the voice joined us. For nearly 100 years we have tried to get people in here, and now we have succeeded. And, I demanded, we're going to change places with you. Excuse me, you're going to what? We're going to change places, the voice repeated, and you shall take ours. You'll be the ghost dogs. You'll roam these woods as we did forever. No way, etc., etc. They get the two dogs change places with Fergie and Cooper. The rest of the book is them trying to convince, Cooper's parents that they're not dogs, they're people. But of course they can't, because they're just dogs. They can't speak because they're dogs. So eventually they drag, they just do what the other dogs do. Just drag the imposter Cooper and imposter Fergie, who are living as them now, back to the changing shack and change back. Except they don't, because apparently two squirrels were in the changing room at the time. And the story ends with our heroes stuck permanently as squirrels. This is the worst Goosebumps book I've ever read. It starts off as a boring, tedious, not really interesting, romp about ghosts and haunting, and ends with frickin' a changing room and talking dogs. So many questions abound. What spell turned these people into dogs? Who were they before they were dogs? Why dogs? Why not regular dogs? Why ghost dogs? Why is it both a ghost story and an animal changing story? Why were they so comfortable living in Cooper and Fergie's bodies, despite the fact that they're centuries old? How long were they going to do that for? Were Cooper's parents going to notice that his son's body is now inhabited by a century-old person? This, I don't like to speak badly of the master, R.L. Stein. He's not dead, and he's Jewish, so not. But this is bad. This is not a good. The changing room, silence when you're in the changing room. That is bad. It could that if you want that to be the story, make that the whole story. Don't make it this thing about ghosts appearing and disappearing. That's two separate stories that are just crammed together, and it's not very good. This sinks to the bottom of the list below Monster Blood 1 and You Can't Scare Me. I'm sure there was another one I didn't really like. I remembered so little about this, rereading it. This was never one I reread as a child. For good reason, I won't reread this again. But hey, tomorrow is another day. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please join me next time, in which I discuss Goosebumps number 33, The Horror of Camp Jelly Jam, with a very, very special guest. I'm kidding, it's just a very special guest. As always, thank you for watching. And please, stay spooky. Why are you watching this? Is this how you envisioned your life? This isn't how I envisioned mine.